In this video we are going to talk about filters and variable types. So what is a filter? Well, a filter is a lookup plugin that allows you to manipulate data. It's an actual piece of code that you are going to add to your Ansible software. And in Ansible, many filters by default are available. And apart from the default filters, you can also use generic Jinja 2 filters in Ansible. Filters process the value of a variable on the control host before further using it in the playbook. And while using filters, it is important to know which variable type you are dealing with. So before investigating your filters, you should investigate which variable types you are actually using. So let's talk about variable types. To start with, there's the string. The string is a sequence of characters, and it's the default variable type in Ansible. Then we have numbers. Numbers are numeric values which are treated as an integer or as a float. And when placing a number in quotes, it is treated as a string, because any value that is in quotes is treated by default as a string. Then we have booleans, which are true-false values, like yes, no, or yn, or on-off, which are also supported. There's the date type, which refers to a calendar date. There's a null type, which is an undefined variable type. And there's the list or the array, which is a sorted collection of values. And there's a dictionary or the hash, which is a collection of key value pairs. We have seen most of them before, but let's talk about how to recognize these variable types anyway. So in the output of, for instance, fact gathering, different variable types can be recognized by the way in which they are written. If it's a string, then you will recognize it as a value between double quotes. So config mode, enforcing, where both config mode and enforcing are between double quotes. So that's a string. Numbers are recognized because that's a value that is not between quotes. As in serial : 0, where 0 is just the number. So that's a number, an integer. The booleans are set in inventory and in ansible.cfg. You won't typically find them in the output of your Ansible facts. We have dates, which are recognized by the date format. A date really is a string that has a date format, and that's all. Null variables are a little bit weird because they only occur in undefined variables, so you don't have to worry about them too much. And arrays and dictionaries have been discussed in a previous lesson already, so let's not do that again. But before continuing and talk about the different filters, let's have a look at an example file that allows us to recognize the different variable types. So the file we are looking at is var type test. You will find it in the plugins directory in the course Git repository. And here we can see a couple of examples. This is just a dummy file that is setting some variables to allow us to recognize what we are dealing with. So as this is a dummy, I'm running it on localhost without any become. We should keep it as easy as possible. And then we define the variables. So there's a list of variables where we can see what they are set to. So we have car and number and sunny and rainy. And then we have the tasks. So debug, testing string. I'm using debug and we are printing car is a string when car double equals and between double quotes Mercedes. The double quotes is what makes it a string. And the string test, it is treated the string as a string because it's between double quotes. Then we have the integer. So we do number is integer when number is not between double quotes 10. So that's the integer test. We have the Boolean test, and the Boolean test is just using when sunny. So if you just put the name of the variable in your test, then you are checking if this is a Boolean value of true. And we have another Boolean test, which is using assert that rainy, which is again the Boolean test. And we print the success message, rainy is a Boolean, and the fail message, rainy is not a Boolean, in case it is not a Boolean. I know it's a simple test, but if ever you're in doubt what kind of thing is this, this is what you can use. So let's run it. Ansible playbook on var type test. And you can see that, well, we get the expected result. So car is a string, number is an integer, sunny is a boolean, and rainy is a boolean as well. The fun thing here is that, let me show you. The fun thing here is that when we define car, we don't use the double quotes at all. You don't have to. It can be confusing, but if you don't use the double quotes, then it is recognized as a string because string is the default. And also because of the text that we are putting in there. There's only one option. Mercedes can only be a string because it has alphabetic characters, and that can only occur in a string, not in an integer. So that is what can help you to find out which types of variables you are using. Now let's see how we can apply these in filters. So now that we know how to recognize the default variable types, let's have a look at lists and dictionaries. So a list or an array is a sorted collection of values. And it's easy to recognize. If you find a list, you can find it because in the notation it's between square brackets. As in, and this is taken from the Ansible facts, Ansible system capabilities. We have colon, then an opening square bracket, cap shown, comma, cap kill. And the closing square bracket, the square brackets is what makes it an array. In a dictionary, you will find that first the dictionary is a key value pair. So not just a list, but key value pairs. And the dictionary is written between braces in the output that you will find in your Ansible facts. As you can see right here, Ansible SE Linux, between braces we have the dictionary, config mode set to enforcing, type set to targeted. Notice that while you are investigating your facts, you can also have a combination of the two of them, like a list of dictionaries. If, for example, you are investigating the Ansible mounts is a list of dictionaries.